Welcome back to another video, and in today's video we are going to be cooking Okongobong, also known as ugu, in other words pumpkin leaves. And this is a Cameroonian way to cook it, and trust me, it is very delicious. And so as you can see, I have here with me my already sliced Okongobong leaves, and I'm just going to wash it. I have a video on my channel on how to export it, and so please make sure you check it out. There you'll be shown how to wash it equally. In other cases, you can actually just boil water, add some salt to it, and add in your leaves. Do not let it overcook, and then you're just going to strain the water, cool it off, and you're good to go. So it must not always be limestone that you use. So you're just going to form smaller balls, and that's okay. As you can see, we have here with us our meat, and this is to tell you that this particular dish is about to be rich. If you do not know, Okongobong is a very popular dish in Cameroon. What's an occasion without Okongobong? What is that? And so as you can see, we are seasoning up our meat. I have added to it my onions, pepper, seasoning cubes, and salt. Mind you, you can blend all of these things and just add it, but then I choose to go in that way. So we are just going to cover this pot and let it cook. Here with us we have our cow skin, adding some onions and some seasoning cubes. You might be wondering, why am I boiling it differently? This is because cow skin takes longer to cook as compared to meat. And if you're using a female cow, you might even stay there. As you can see, our cow skin and our meat is ready, and so we are just going to transfer it into a bowl. You need the stock, trust me, you do. And you might be wondering why it looks cold and all that. This is because we actually prepared everything to cook this meal the day before. So if you're planning on doing the same thing, then you should make sure that you are vigilant. I have here with me EGUSI, which is the key ingredient when it comes to cooking Okongobong. I'm just sunning it, and I'm going to pick out the dirt. This is because I actually want it to grind properly. And so some people use groundnuts, that's okay, to cook Okongobong. And I'm just equally going to select the dirt off my crayfish. You do not want stones, unnecessary dirt, and dust. Here we have with us our grind egusi. I've added some water and salt to it, and I'm going to mix it to form a very thick paste, as you can see. And I'm just going to transfer it into plastics, and you see how I'm going to cook it. I would equally love to say that if actually you do not want to do this method, then you can actually just add your egusi to your pot while cooking your meat. That is, you're going to use a spoon to scoop it, and you're just going to add it to your pot in small balls. You do not have to mix it to be very light, else you're going to have egusi soup instead of the egusi balls. And so as you can see, I'm adding in my egusi pudding. Let's call it pudding. I'm adding my egusi pudding or paste into my pot. This is yam. If in case you're boiling plantains, then you can actually do the same. Just add it. And as you can see, this is how it looks, very much like egusi pudding. So I have here with me my seasoning cubes, Maggi crevette, and normal Maggi. I have here with me my crayfish. As you can see, it is so clean. You can tell that I did the selection properly. And I equally have here with me my tomatoes. Not too much, very little. Some people actually cook their egusi or their okongobong without tomatoes, but adding tomatoes to it is the truth, not excess, but in little quantity. And I equally have here with me my onions, which is looking so good. You can actually chop it into smaller sizes, that's okay. I have here with me my fish. This fish is commonly used in Eru, but if you do not want to go in for this fish, you can go in for this one. This one is equally very good. It is used in dole and many other dishes. I have here with me my pepper. As you can see, I never go wrong with my pepper, and I'm equally just going to blend my ginger, garlic, and pepper to form this paste, and I'm just going to set it aside. That's what I'll do. As you can see, this is the ginger, garlic, and onion. So I blended more. I equally have here with me curry powder, some groundnut oil, and I'm going to start cooking. Let's go. In your pot, add in some oil, heat it up. Then you're going to add in some salt, seasoning cubes, ginger and garlic paste, onions, and you're going to fry. Thereafter, you're going to add in your tomatoes. This is very important to fry it at this point. And so we are going to fry in our tomatoes, and we are equally going to add in our egusi balls. Remember the egusi we tied? Here it is. We are going to add it here, and this is because we actually want this egusi to cook for some time again to avoid stories that touch. And we are going to use a spoon or a knife to cut these egusi balls into smaller bits. This is because you do not want extremely large lumps or chunks of egusi in your Okongobong. So that's the goal. So we are going to go in with some water. This is because we want the egusi to cook. And mind you, do not overstir, especially if you're satisfied with these chunks of egusi. Do not overstir, else it's going to scatter. And we are just going to add in our fish. After letting our egusi cook for 15 to 20 minutes, we are going to add in our fish. Thereafter, we are going to stir it properly. And this is because most times smoked fish already comes with its own taste. So you need to let it cook in the pot for a bit. Taste it before you can tell if you should add in some salt or maggi, or that is okay. This is the part where you add in that meat and that cow skin. This is the point. And so we are just going to stir this up properly because the stock has been added equally. So you have to stir this up properly and actually taste it to see if you go in with more seasonings, or you're going to be satisfied with the quantity of salt and maggi in that pot already. So we are going to add in our crayfish, and in most cases na janga the whole chopo. And so in most cases we tend to hear that, and that is very much true. You need to be generous with your crayfish sometimes, especially when it comes to very good meals like this, as well as a rule. You need to do that. And so as you can see, we are adding in more seasoning cubes, and it's releasing its own water. This is the point where you add in your vegetable, and when you start adding your vegetable, please do not cover your pot. Even when you're done, don't let your food get black. Don't. Add in some curry powder, and then we are just going to stir fry because this meal is ready, but it is actually not completely ready without the groundnut oil, because oil obviously adds some beauty and some taste to food. So you're just going to stir fry properly and add in some groundnut oil. Can you see how this okongobong is green? Take a look at it. Don't you like what you see? This is actually me doing a voiceover and salivating. Oh God, this food is yum 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 yum. And so this is how good it looks, and it quality tasted so nice, I kid you not. And do not cover your pot. If you're serving it with plantains, rice, sweet potatoes, yam, that's good. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and do not forget to subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.